You're listening to Puff Digital's Into the Weeds podcast, brought to you in part by Puff Puff Posts and HigherMentality.com.
The new and deadly menace lurking behind closed doors. Marijuana, the burning weed with its roots in hell.
So you want to get in this gang mentality, and you're watching Saturday Night Live, and you're doing all that stuff, and then at that point, are you going down to these shows Steve Dukes?
So my buddy started this band, and so we got to go to these. We were lucky. We got this Charlie Brown's Wang secured themselves a show at this place called the DMZ on Spadina. I think that's where it was at the time. No, I didn't get to go to this one, but I will tell the story because there's no one else is here.
Okay.
So they made this poster. And it was the Slam. I can't remember the other band, but and then it says Charlie Brown's Wang, and it had Chuck there with a dick as about as he is tall, ejaculating. So it's on the walls up and down Spadina for this show, and everyone's excited about going down to this. I don't know why I couldn't go. I can't remember what it was. I wasn't in trouble or anything like that or whatever. So I would have been 15 or 16 at this time. And so Mark Holman's getting ready to go, and Dave Koth was the bass player at this time, who became the singer for Missing Link. Stuart Chalk was the singer, and then my friend John Paul McDonald was playing guitar, and Lee Ryan was playing drums. So they're on their way down there, and they get there, and the club is closed for censorship reasons because somebody complained about the ejaculating Charlie Brown, and they weren't allowed to have the show going. I can send you the flyer.
That's amazing. I would love to see the flyer.
It's in the Ildico or the Toronto hardcore book from about the 80s that Derek Emerson and Sean Cheery did. But that was our first introduction to like the kind of like
the gnarly
the politics as well, and how dangerous kind of as it is. So they eventually changed their name, but then when they changed their name to Missing Link, another band under my town was called Mal Havoc. This metal that became this industrial kind of leaders before anybody could.
I remember Mal Havoc.
Like those dudes that were offing each other in Sweden were into Mal Havoc, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to be insensitive about those poor buggers in Norway or whatever, kind of like the church burning guys.
Well,
it's so funny that it came from this small little suburb just east of Toronto. It's kind of weird. But so we started going into the town with these guys. I just started watching my friends just be really cool and get to open for like Dag Nasty and play like, and we saw COC with DRI.
Wow,
like
that's cool.
Like in 1985 in the Animosity tour at this small little Hungarian disco called Ildikos, which is right on Bloor Street, right next to a bulk barn now. And you gambled if you were going to get in. Like we all would stretch up as much as so you look tall, or not shave your beer store mustache so you could look older to get into these places. But dude, like we saw the Goo Goo Dolls like open for Johnny Thunders at this place. What? Verbal Assault came. It was 7 seconds. Verbal Assault, and they were called Violent Children.
Yeah, and
they became. No, hold on. I'm getting my New York hardcore mixed up now. I don't want anybody to bombard you with incorrect. Wrong, Nolan. They ended up calling Bold. It was Violent Children because Kevin Seconds wears it on, has a shirt of theirs.
Yeah, Ray was the drummer, right?
I think so. On the cover of Walk Together, Rock Together, he's wearing one of their shirts or something like that. So we got to get into this circle. It was rad. So in my brain, I was taking down notes, and then sadly, I finally got approached. I said I saw this band play, and I said that you guys would be good, and I think I could help you out. I should be your singer. And so I blagged my way into their band, and they kicked me out, which is fun. And I wasn't doing them any good, and. But it gave me the drive enough that I saw Mark Kluchnik, who became Mark Gibson, at a show. He had a band called Degenerate Youth. And I thought I was going to be a roadie. So I'm Mr. Roadie for Missing Link, like, getting down the patois. Like I had met guys from the Descendants and all their roadies like Bug and Skippy Smooth and the guys from the Doughboys and this fantastic individual named Gentleman Jim Norton. And so I knew what was going to be ahead of me for that kind of thing. And I thought Missing Link were going to take it to the next level because they were a fantastic band, one of my biggest influences. They're online. You can find them. And I saw this band called Degenerate Youth, and they were this 4 Scottians and the singer for Testament, Chuck Billy, on drums. So it's just all this hair and these rototoms. It was mosh kind of thing. But they were really good. But they were all skateboarders. So they had all the gear. Ibanez Roadsters with rip grip on them, which was funny, right?
Way.
So
Yeah.
hands would stick,
Awesome.
their hands would stick, which was dumb. But
And
they had
cool.
and they knew their Vans. They knew what they were doing. I was like, wow, they look like Blast. They look like the bands that you'd see in those ads. And then we were discussing earlier,
Thrasher,
right?
yeah.
It was they and they're Ukrainian Polish kids from just Etobicoke.
I can't remember who
I
did
can't
it.
believe you said rip grip.
I
by
can't
the
remember
way.
who did it, but somebody was selling. Who was selling out of the Toronto scene? Was it Jimbo or somebody like that? Was selling guitar picks with grip tape on them, on the one side.
Oh yeah,
funny.
makes sense.
Which seems like, well, kind of, except for if you're strumming up.
Yeah.
You're just gonna fucking total your strings, you know. But whatever.
No, and I saw these guys, and I'd say they were really good. You guys were rad, and then the singer was this long-haired gentleman named Heath. He had a bit of an explosive temper. He drank a bit, and I remember Mark complaining to me about him at this show at the Siboney, which is in Kensington Market, and I saw him the next time at an All show, and he said to me, "Hey, Missing Link, we're opening for All at the Apocalypse Club, which is now the Transgender Club, which is right beside the Mod Club on College Street." So I said to Mark, "What's happening with your band?" He goes, "Well, we want to kick out our singer," and he goes, "Didn't you sing for that band? We opened for 7 seconds."
This is Mark Gibson.
Yeah, saying to me, "Didn't you sing for that band?" I said, "Yeah." So the band was called 5 Foot Nothing, and I said, "Yeah." They kicked me out though, and blah 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 blah. And
Why'd they kick you out?
doesn't matter.
Tell me.
And
No.
she was my first girlfriend. And yeah. So anyways, Mark and I are talking, and he said, "Well, we're going to kick out our singer. Do you want to do it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But so now I just turned 19, so I figured I'm making a commitment for life. So I decided to impress this young person, because Mark was only 17, I think, at the time. So I decided, well, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to tour, we're going to this, we're going to that, we're this, we're going to get a band, we're going to this. I was ready for it because Missing Link were on the verge, unfortunately, of breaking up. They spent $1 gazillion on this record that wasn't coming out, but they had the means to get to the next level. But I had started to see other bands do it, so I want to do this. So,
you saw that it was achievable.
Yeah, it was doable. It was totally not. I didn't even know what DIY meant. I just knew it was able. You could do it. And so he said to me, "Okay, well, come on down." So I was like, "These guys have gear. They have rad gear. So they have gear. It's awesome." So Missing Link breaks up, and I'm sad about that or whatever. But so I go down and meet Mark, and I get down to the thing, and we learn some Dag Nasty covers and some Descendants covers. But then within 3 days of hanging with those dudes, we write 3 originals. Because I'd find out that Mark is this blessed songwriting machine. And he has this ear that he can just pull it out of nowhere. No musical training, can't read a bloody note. Can't read a bloody note. Yeah. But he can just pick it up, and he'll have songs. I used to sit beside him in the van, and I'd look at him. I love him so much. I miss him so much. And he would be like this. And I'm, "What are you doing?" He's, "So I just finished a song. Just hold on for a minute." And he would hold it in his head, like Mozart. He would hold it in his head, and then pick up his guitar and go. And he'd go, and then he'd whistle a vocal melody over top of it, as if it was dictation, like Salieri says in the movie. As if it says it, it says it. I hope he's here. And and so then song after song starts coming out of this. And we play this CHRY benefit with the Lemonheads. This is pre Shame About Ray. This is their Lick album. So before
I Am a Rabbit, I Gotta Have It.
Before he's full, like
What was that? Was that too? I Am a Rabbit.
Something like
I
that.
Have to
They were
have it.
heavy, right?
Yeah,
And Mallet Head was on it. That used to be Gangrene, like in the early days. And so we have 9 songs. Right? It's 6 of them are ours, and one's a Descendant song, one's a Dag Nasty song. So we're doing them. Right, we've been together 4 weeks, right, and then this is how good these guys were and how badly I fucking wanted it, and so we get on this all-day benefit thing, and then this guy that was in this wicked metal band in the '80s named Ron Sumners sees us, and he's putting out cassettes for this metal label called Epidemic Records. He's had a band called Overthrow at the time. These are not your average, and I don't mean to dismiss them because they're some of my favorite cassettes. Not just your Kinkos late at night, your pasting them together like with glue, like the way we used to do it or whatever, and they end up being either orange or yellow. These are full color inserts. I'm like, how the fuck are you doing this?